Channel 3. This is the best local sports show.
Hey, if you thought week 1 was great, week 2 might be even better. What a slate of local games headlined by a clash of league champions, Rancho Mirage, Coachella Valley. We got full highlights and post-game reaction ahead. Plus, let's not forget about the other 2 cross-league showdowns. La Quinta made their season debut on the high desert against Yucca Valley, and Xavier Prep took on Desert Hot Springs. It's week 2 of high school football on the best local sports show, and it starts right now.
You're watching the best local sports show here from Coachella Valley versus Rancho Mirage. Go Rattlers!
You're watching high school football, the best local sports show.
War zone. That's what this game's gonna be.
Welcome into the Week 2 edition of the Best Local Sports Show. I'm Sports Director Blake Arthur. When we're looking at the schedule for this season, this week jumped off the page with 3 all-local cross-league matchups. Winners go first, so we will start with the champs, Desert Empire League champion Rancho Mirage, Desert Valley League champion Coachella Valley. A rematch of last year when they played on a Saturday. You might remember that. The Rattlers won that game 34-31. So here we go. Highly anticipated showdown on the east side. Rattlers coming off a bad week 1 loss at home to Christian. Arabs, they went on the road and won against Vista. So Rancho coming into this one hungry to get their first win of the year. They open the scoring in the first. Chase Miller punches it in for the touchdown. 7-0 Rattlers in those sweet baby blue pants. Love those. Now in the second, CV has an answer. It's Ivan Garza. Rumbling, stumbling his way into the end zone, lowers the shoulder, fights for 6. Arabs tie it up at 7. Second half now. Rancho really turned it up a notch. Julian Hernandez, their quarterback, he's into the end zone, making it a 2-score ball game. Rancho's up 21-7 on the road. The defense also came to play for the Rattlers as they force a big turnover here. The big hit, loose football. Noel Ruvalcaba recovers the fumble, and that will lead to more offense. Back to the Rattlers senior quarterback. Hernandez takes the option, gets in for another rushing touchdown. It's 28-7 Rancho at that point. And later in the game, Rancho in full control. The Rattlers would feed the ball to Bradley Bennett. Breaks a few tackles, 1, 2, 3, and that really put the game to bed. What a response by the Rattlers after a loss last week. Rancho Mirage rolls Coachella Valley 30-7 the final. We're going to Kenji's Corner early in the show. Kenji Ito was at this game from start to finish. Here he is now with more on the Rattlers' big win.
Yeah, thank you, Blake. The reigning DEL champions, Rancho Mirage, got the best once again over last year's DVL champions, Coachella Valley, winning 30-7. So the Rattlers now improved to 2-0 over the Arabs over the past 2 years. I got to catch up with the Rattlers following their win.
How about them Rattlers?
Yeah! I feel pretty good. First win of the season, you know. We just got to keep it going.
I'll tell you what. Winning's a lot better than losing, and these boys deserved it. They worked their tails off this week in practice. They went above and beyond, and so we're going to look at the film, get excited, and then we got to go back to work.
And with this win, Rancho Mirage earns their first win and hands Coachella Valley their first loss. So now both teams are tied at 1-1. So I guess that the DEL stands above the DVL. Reporting in Coachella, Kenji Ito, News Channel 3.
Kenji, thank you so much. That is a great win for Rancho Mirage on the road, especially after what happened last week. I think some people are a little stunned to see them lose in the fashion they did. So a nice response from the Rattlers. Kenji, thank you so much for your hard work. I don't think a lot of people realize just how much work that he did out there, as well as our entire team. All right, we're just getting started with the show. Coming up, we told you about La Quinta, Yucca Valley, as well as Xavier Prep, Desert Hot Springs. Well, now it's time to show you. Come on, Blake, we want to see the highlights. Quit talking about it. Highlights and post-game reaction for both games are next. You know what you're watching. Week 2 of high school football on the Best Local Sports Show.
Welcome back to the best local sports show on News Channel 3.
You're watching the best local sports show.
La Quinta, #1.
My favorite sports show out there, KESQ, Channel 3, baby.
You're watching the best local sports show.
The Desert Sports leader. Channel 3 News.
Blackhawks, what? #1. Best local sports show with the B-Man.
Welcome back to the Best Local Sports Show, week 2 of high school football. Look, these all local cross-league games, kind of like the Big Ten and SEC in college football. Kind of. Of course, every team wants to win every game they play, but they also want to prove that they play in the best league, and that was the case in another DVL battle between La Quinta and Yucca Valley. Going up Highway 62 into the beautiful town of Yucca Valley. Love those Joshua trees, and I love this hawk. That thing was perched on the stadium lights for like 2 hours, a possible omen maybe for the Blackhawks making their season debut. First half was all La Quinta, especially on defense. Colton Lacrone strip sack, and Tristan Salas scoops up the loose ball, taking it all the way down inside the 10-yard line. That would set up Simon Simonian. What a name that is. Simon Simonian. Come on. First score of the game, 6-0 Blackhawks. I was so pumped up on his name, I lost my voice. More La Quinta. Offense looked really good. A lot of space to operate. Roman Ansley to Alfredo Castro. Nifty move there to get in the end zone. Blackhawks playing really well early on, up 14-0 on the road. Same score just before half. Ansley drops it in the bucket over the defense to my man Simonian. Blackhawks led 20-0 at the break in their first game of the year on the road against a good Yucca Valley team who was impressive in week 1. LQ says, hey, we can play too. Second half, Trojans got their offense going a bit. Aiden Shannon, beautiful ball, maybe an even better catch there by Aiden Pope for the touchdown, but it was too little too late. La Quinta kneels it out on the road. They win over Yucca Valley, 32-14 the final. That is an impressive victory for the Blackhawks to start their season at 1-0.
Well, it definitely looked like it was our week 1 first game of the season. We got tons of work to do, but the kids came out. It's always great to start off 1-0. You know, that's always good, but we got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of learning to do.
Yeah, it was a great night. Definitely a lot to learn from, but it was just fun working all summer to finally be out here with the boys. Started to connect. We found ourselves in the passing game. Very fun day. We got a lot to learn though. We got Citrus Valley next week. They're a great program, great team, so we're excited to work and see them next week.
We did some good things, but we also did a lot of bad things. So we got to clean that up. So we got a ways to go. But we'll everything we do is get ready for the Desert Empire League. So we'll get there.
Hey, we're 1-0, baby!
Nice win for LQ. LQ what? LQ, you know. Xavier Prep, Desert Hot Springs in the last of the 3 marquee matchups this week. Both teams coming off wins in week 1. Xavier started the game off with a strong 90-yard kickoff return by Anthony Creek Pelham. That set up the Saints' first touchdown of the game just 2 plays later, so 7-0 Xavier. And then more Saints. Anderson Acosta, good kick-out block from his fullback. He scores easily from 3 yards. It's 14-0 Saints, and they were not done there. King Pelham hits Joe Mejia, and he scores with just 5 seconds left before the break. Coaches talk about the middle eight all the time. Saints took a 21-0 lead in the locker room at halftime. It was pretty much over after that. What a performance by Xavier Prep as they improved to 2-0 on the season. The Saints shut out DHS 31-0. News Channel 3's Kendall Flynn was at this game for us, making her BLSS debut. Here she is now with more.
The Xavier Prep Saints took over the home team tonight in Desert Hot Springs Golden Eagles, keeping them from reaching the end zone with a final score of 31-0. Saints head coach James Dockery tells me the team needs to be cleaner going into next week, but his quarterback King Pelham held them together with 4 touchdowns.
We have a very fiery group of kids, and King is very competitive as well. He can also teeter on the hot side too, but today he kept his mind in control and led our team to a victory.
My guy Joe Mejia, it's my guy right there. Got in the end zone early today in second half, I believe, but just going out there and trusting them, trusting my guys, trusting my linemen up front, trusting my receivers that I'm going to put the ball in the spot. He told me he's going to go get it, so I said, okay, I'm going to trust you. I'm going to put it right there for you. Scored a touchdown. Went up into halftime.
Xavier Prep moves to 2-0 and will face off against Serrano on Thursday. Desert Hot Springs now stands at 1-1 with the matchup set against Citrus Hill also on Thursday. So as always, we will keep you up to date on the latest each week right here on the Best Local Sports Show. For now, reporting in Desert Hot Springs, Kendall Flynn, News Channel 3.
Kendall, thank you so much. Her first ever high school football BLSS, and She crushed it. I mean, that's awesome. Palm Springs on the road in Riverside against Grand Terrace. Indians gutted out a double overtime win over Segerstrom last week at home. Quarterback Bishop Miller to Koa Rapola. That's a big gain there. And then Jordan Johnson would finish the drive off with a touchdown to tie the game at 7. Johnson had like 1 million touchdowns in week 1. And then more Indians, more Miller to Rapola. Touchdown there. Tribe in front 14-7. Palm Springs pulls out another close victory, 28-21 on the road over Grand Terrace. The Tribe are 2-0 on the season. Coming up, more ball to be had. Highlights and scores from week 2 roll on. Plus, do not forget about Blake's Best. We'll have it all for you. You're watching high school football on the Best Local Sports Show.
Welcome back to the Best Local Sports Show on News Channel 3.
You're watching Friday Night Football on KESQ. You're watching the Best Local Sports Show.
BLSS. Dad, I'm here.
That was my daughter before I left for work today. She said BLS. She forgot the last S in BLS, but that is okay because she can do whatever she wants. I'll see you soon, Livy. Hopefully you're asleep this time. All right, so we're going to continue on with the show. Welcome back to the Best Local Sports Show, Week 2 edition. We have more highlights and scores for you. So let's roll the tape, get right to it. Cathedral City at home, taking on San Bernardino. And the Lions coming off a loss in week 1, looking for their first win of the year. Low-scoring game here. In fact, it was scoreless at half. Our photographer, Eddie, though, able to get the touchdown in the third quarter by the Lions, and it was the only score of the game. Jaden Eli with the game's only points, which obviously came at a premium in this one. The Lions go on to win it 6-0 the final. That goes in the books as a shutout for Cathedral City. It's their first win of the season, so congratulations to head coach Richard Lee and his Lions. Desert Christian Academy out by Victorville taking on Riverside Prep. Back-to-back weeks on the road for the Conquerors and back-to-back wins. Cashton Scott, 18 carries, 157 yards. Eusebio Gallo, 4 rushes, 55 yards and a touchdown, while Mario Gallo also had a touchdown. And defensively, Mauro Pasos, 18 tackles and a sack, and he's only a freshman. Not bad for a 9th grader. DCA rolls 25-6 the final over Riverside Prep. All right, quick look at some other scores from week 2. Palm Desert lost 33-14 at Central. Shadow Hills got a 19-6 win over Palo Verde Valley. Indio, really tough loss for them. They lost the Mayor's Cup 66-6, and they lose at Fullerton 50-0. So the Rajas got to get things going. Desert Mirage shut out at home by San Jacinto Valley. If you missed coverage of your team, you can always find more on our website. Just go to KESQ.com. Time for Blake's Best. We started this last season, so just a reminder, totally subjective and the best thing I saw from this week. And for week 2, it was the Hawk. Birds of a feather flocked together. That might be the lucky Hawk for the Blackhawks. I talked about the Hawk in my live reports at 5 and 6. That thing was perched on the lights of La Quinta sideline for hours, almost like a guard dog. So it's the Hawk that helped the Blackhawks. LQ dominated Yucca Valley in their season opener, and you got to think that the Hawk had something to do with it, right? It was totally the Hawk. Well, that is my story, and I am sticking to it. So congratulations to La Quinta. They had a Hawk on their side. I don't know where that Hawk is right now, but the Blackhawks, I do know, are happy celebrating their 1-0 season. That was Blake's Best, but which play from this week was the best? Well, you got to vote. That's the deal. Go to our website over the weekend. Cast your vote for which play you think should be play of the week. The winner will be announced on Monday. You have Saturday and Sunday to vote. So log on. You can vote as many times as you want, and we will reveal the winner on Monday. All right, that is going to do it for this week's edition of the Best Local Sports Show. I want to thank our hardworking team who makes this all possible, our reporters, producers, editors, directors, audio people, everyone behind the scenes, photographers. It is a team effort here at KESQ News Channel 3. So we will see you next week for week 3 of high school football on the Best Local Sports Show. Have a great weekend.
News Channel 3 is now available on any of these streaming services. Watch live and on demand